everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and today I'm going to show you my top 5 sciatica exercises for herniated disc. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, make sure you click it down there. So again, these exercises are for a herniated disc type of sciatica. So if it's the Piriformis syndrome, they're a little bit different and you can check that video out. So the first one we're gonna do is just lying down on your back with your knees propped up, and we're just gonna start off with a pelvic tilt. So pelvic tilts are a nice way to kind of get everything loosened up, work those core muscles, and just to start strengthening that area in general. Because if you have that sciatic nerve pain, that sciatica, you want to get your core nice and strong. That's what's going to help keep it safe and protected. So with a pelvic tilt, all you're doing is using those core muscles to tilt your pelvis back. So you can kind of see it here. You want that little curve that you have in your back to flatten out, but you're not pushing with your legs. You're actually using those core muscles to tilt back and hold it. So if you feel like you're pushing on your legs, like if you can't kind of lift them up a little bit because you're pushing so hard, you're not quite doing that tilt right. So you just want to rotate it back and be able to breathe normally while you're doing it. If you have to hold your breath, you're not quite doing it right again. So just tilt it back and hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds and then come back up. So just start off with about 10 of these. You don't need to overdo it. You're just kind of getting those muscles working, start getting those core muscles activated, about 5 seconds, and then relax. So after you kind of get those worked a little bit, then you're going to go into a bridge. So bridging, then you're starting to activate those glute muscles, those hamstring muscles, again, to get that area strong again. So with a bridge, imagine that you're kind of going up one segment at a time of your spine and then slowly coming back down, but make it a smooth movement. So you're kind of coming up till you get to a straight line here, just about, and then nice and slow coming back down. Really trying to do a smooth, controlled motion, not going fast, just using momentum, but really coming up and then nice and slow coming back down. Now with bridging, you want, instead of just trying to lift straight up, by going one segment at a time, it should help. You're almost bringing those knees that way and then coming back down. So really activating those glutes and those hamstrings while you're doing it. Little pause at the top and then nice and slow coming back down. So same thing, just start off with 10, then you can do 2 sets of 10, 2 sets of 15. If you get to 20, 25, and that's pretty easy, then you can kind of move on to something a little bit harder. So now the next one is going to be a clamshell exercise. Clamshells are a lot harder than they look and sound, but it's really going to, again, get those glutes firing, get those muscles stronger to help protect that area in the core and the trunk. So the key to a clamshell is you want to keep your hips perpendicular to the floor or the bed, whatever you're lying on. But if you feel like once you start to do the exercise, you're rolling your hips back, you're not quite doing it right. And if you need to lean back against the wall the first couple times you do it, that's fine. Because if you're rolling back like this, you're not really doing the right exercise to get the correct muscles activated. So your feet stay together, and then all you're gonna do is lift the top knee up. So it doesn't have to be really high, because again, if you're rolling like that, you're not getting that exercise. So you're just coming up this way and then nice and slow coming back down. So really that movement is in the hip and the glute area. So nice and controlled, nice and slow. Again, just starting off with 10, working your way up. If these get super easy, you can put a band around your thigh, a resistive band to make it harder, or if you have an ankle cuff weight, you can put it around the top. I would recommend then flipping over and doing the other side as well, just to kind of keep things even for you. So then the next exercise is going to be a bridge again, but this time we're going to do a squeeze with it. So if you happen to have a basketball, a soccer ball, if you have a yoga block, just something kind of solid, and if you have a foam roller, just something to be able to squeeze into. If you don't have anything like that, you can just take a big pillow and fold it up. But you want your knees to still kind of be at about hip width apart. So if you have a smaller ball, that's probably not going to work, because then your knees are going to be kind of leaning in towards each other, and you don't really want that. You want it to still be in a fairly neutral position. So this time with the bridging, you're going to add a movement where you're squeezing into the ball. You want to hold that squeeze the whole time and then come up into the bridge. So make sure you're squeezing all the way through. A lot of times people they'll squeeze and then they'll let go of the squeeze and come up into the bridge. But make sure you're squeezing into the ball the whole time, squeezing, and then going all the way through that movement before you let go. If you can keep the squeeze the whole time and do it continuously, that's great. But if you have to reset each time, that's fine too. So again, just starting off with 10 and then working your way up from there. So the last one is going to be rolling over onto our stomachs. So with this exercise, again, we're kind of activating the glute area, because that one's really important to keep our trunk and our spine nice and strong. So what you want to do is bend your knee and have your foot facing up towards the ceiling. And all you're going to do is just push up like you're taking your foot towards the ceiling. Now keep your hips on the floor or on the bed, wherever you're doing the exercise. Try not to lift everything up like that, because then again, you're not activating the muscles you want to. So it doesn't have to be a big push up, but you're just pushing up through that area, activating all those muscles, doing that heel lift towards the ceiling. So again, you don't have to do a whole lot. Just start off with 10, switch, do the other side, 10 on that side. If that's too much, you can just do 5 on each side. So those are my top 5 sciatica exercises for a herniated disc. If you'd like to help support my channel, click on the link over here to find out how. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.